Hi there, I should be live. How's it going? Welcome to Supercharged Fridays, the 100 and God knows how many editions, 155, I guess. I hope you're doing well. What's going on? If you're catching me live, comment in the comments and say hi. And if there's anything I can help you with, I've got 2 questions already. I'm going to be diving deep into those. And if you're watching me on the replay, put in hashtag replay so I know that you are here and I can show you some love. So how's it going? Drop in. How's it going? How's the weather? Let's chat for a bit, about 15 minutes, something like that. I always say that and I tend to go over, but it depends. It depends. If we have questions, we go over. If we don't, then we will stick to the time. So I got 2 questions already and I'm gonna get into them without further ado. 2 juicy questions. The first question is, I tried negotiating the offer, Sonal. I thought it was going well. And now suddenly it's really quiet. What do I do? What do I do? The what do I do is, yeah, there's a little typo. So that's the first question, which we're going to be addressing. Let me correct the typo. I'm a little bit of a typo freak. And the second question we have is, when is the best time to ask for a raise? Both juicy questions. So let's get into it. And without further ado, all right, we got folks around. Hello, good afternoon in freezing Finland. Hey, Sarah, I hope you're doing well and had an amazing week too. Thank you for tuning in, Toshan. Okay, awesome. So let's talk about the first one. And since we have coaches in the audience, I'm looking at you, Sarah and Risto. Feel free to share your point of view as well. Freezing in Dallas, climate change. If it's freezing in Dallas, that's climate change right in front of you. Like, you don't need proof. All right, good. So, yeah, thank you very much, Najam. Very helpful. We haven't seen enough sun. We haven't seen almost any sun in Belgium in January. So this is amazing. Thank you for making me so jealous. So the first question is, I got the offer. I was really happy. It was a long email, but I'm shortening it out for the purpose of formatting here. And he thought things were going well, and they are now quiet. Oh, by the way, I hope everything's working. I'm on my mobile. I'm in a different part of the house. Hopefully the Wi-Fi. Give me a quick thumbs up, please, in the comments if you can hear me and see me properly. I always need to check because I can never take this for granted. So, good. So the question is, when they kind of encouraged you, everything is going well, and then suddenly they became quiet. We don't have to assume, right? Feel free to share what you would do if you were in this situation, and have you been in this situation, and how has been your experience? Please feel free to share this in the comments right here. So you never really know, and plus it depends how long it's been, right? For me personally, 48 hours, it happens. People are chasing people behind the scenes, looking for signatures, looking for approvals, but that person is not in office or is traveling or whatever. So you never know. But if it's longer than that and it's quiet, I don't think there's anything wrong with following up and writing a quick, hey, just wanted to let you know I'm here. I look forward to hearing from you. And I highly, highly, highly suggest to not keep waiting, and to use this as an opportunity to remember that there are plenty of fish in the sea. You do not know how this one is going to land. So do not put all your eggs in one basket. Eggs and fish. Okay, I'm talking about a pescatarian diet. So just I would do that. I think that would be helpful. Abhishek, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm so sorry that this is happening. You don't know. So give it a little bit of time. And if you don't hear back, in any case, do a follow up. Okay, always check. And do not wait for them to get back to you. Just in case you're disappointed, I don't want you to waste time with people who are treating you with such lack of respect, right? Vishal has some advice for you. So thank you for sharing, Vishal. And I have this other question about the race, which I'll get to because I see some other questions that I'm getting live. So let us get into it. I hope this is helpful. Is this useful? Give me a like wherever you're watching, right? Like, comment something. Share this, tag a friend of yours who you think could benefit from this advice. Why not? Hi, Amani. Thank you for joining from Kuala Lumpur. Deekshit. So Deekshit says, I have just switched to a company for a month or so. I'm getting a few more interview calls. By the way, this is really good news. So firstly, congratulations, Deekshit. People are always, I'm hearing a lot of scarcity mindset that there are not enough jobs and the economy is very tight and the market is really squeezing. Yes or no? Some industries, yes. But in almost every industry I see, because I have clients in multiple industries, the hiring is ongoing. And this is proof of that, right? I know this is anecdotal, but there's so many people who are talking about this. I'm getting a few more interview calls. Dikshit, I would encourage you to just check them out. I would never say no to an interview just because you are already working somewhere, because you never know where that conversation takes you. Maybe nowhere, and you don't know your current company how long you're going to be there. You never know. So these people know that you're already working. In fact, you've recently started and they still want to meet you. Maybe they've got some plan. Maybe they have an idea. Maybe they're building a database for 1 year, 2 years down the line. So I would never say no to a meeting. Okay, you're not being unfaithful to anyone. You're only being faithful to your career. That would be the way I would look at it. All right. Good morning in South Carolina. How is the weather, Lisa? How's it going? I'm hearing crazy things about the southern part of the United States. Exactly. Cold Kentucky. My US geography. I mean, I live in Belgium, right? I'm not sure. Is Kentucky counted as Midwest? Jennifer, feel free to clarify. I'm right or completely wrong. Thank you guys for being here. All right. Okay, Abhishek, hopefully this was helpful. And I have another question from Santos. Santos, I'm not sure how to call you. I have been ghosted after a salary negotiation. I followed up twice, no answer. Good. Please keep going, keep looking elsewhere, keep talking to companies, keep talking to people. You never know. Just if you followed up and you've not heard back, I would leave that part. I would move on. And if they get back to you, that's great. That's a bonus, but it's not something that I necessarily want you to sit by the phone and wait for. Never know, right? You'll always get like honest advice from me, particularly what I would do if I were in that situation. Advice is easy, advice is cheap, but I've been in those shoes, right? I've been through career transition multiple times, and this comes from personal experience. So obviously, apply your own judgment, and see if this makes sense for you or not. Hi, Ayush. I'm working as a marketing manager, and I'm looking for career counseling. As often I feel lost. Okay, check it out. Ayush, before you invest in career counseling with someone, I highly recommend you check them out on LinkedIn and see what they're posting about, so that you see if something is resonating with you. But it's a really good idea. And by the way, you're not the only one who feels lost. A lot of people feel lost. They just don't talk about it. So don't be too hard on yourself. That's what I would say. Okay, cool. Okay, I feel like I need to go faster. So I'm going to go faster. Hey, quick question. Okay, let's see how quick this is. In the final interview in a few days for a big job, but the direct competitor contacted me today and I have an interview and they want to move super quick as well. Go for both. Lucas, this is amazing. I'm so happy to hear this. I'm so happy for you, but I'm also happy for the local economy that you're working in and what this means for the larger economy. Things are happening. There's a lot of action. I would say just, the one that you see the one that you see first. Put yourself in the shoes of the candidate. Put yourself in the shoes of the company. When companies see two competing candidates, do you think they say we found the one and we're going to say no to everyone else? They want to do a bit of a shopping comparison. It's okay, and you should do the same. You should check and pick the one that best fits your career, your values, your growth prospects, your future. You should be selfish about that. If you are not going to be selfish and think about these things, no one else is. Okay. Hey, Red Ditto, I'm getting a lot of calls and it is coinciding with the big project being deprioritized. Long term, are they silently pushing me? I can't say, right? I can't say. Things tend to start this way, the way you're describing to me, Red Ditto, but you never really know. You are in that situation. I would say just trust your guts and trust your instincts, because your instincts tend to be more right than people around you who are lying, especially. Your instincts don't tend to lie. All right. Stay warm, Lisa. Hey, in Boston. Hi, Holly. I asked for a raise yesterday with my company and I've been waiting, and I've been with them for over a year. Interesting one. Holly, I'm going to answer this because I got another question related to raise as well. Okay. It's mid-south. Got it. Hey, how do you get salary data? It's a good question. So you can get it from two ways. You can get it online and you can get it offline. Sounds obvious. When it comes to online, look at a few resources. Firstly, do a simple Google search. You'll be surprised how much you get, particularly local. And then also check out websites like glassdoor.com, payscale.com. If you are in the US, check out salary.com. Those are three sources. The offline sources would be speak with friends who are particularly working in the staffing industry, in the recruitment sector, and they are external recruiters, because a lot of times their companies have access to salary surveys that come out every year. I used to work in companies that would pay to be a part of the salary survey, that participation, and that is very up to date because it's done annually. All right, hopefully that is helpful. Holly, I promise to come back to you on this because it's a juicy topic. How do you find a job that meets your skills and needs if you're making a big career shift and literally zero job descriptions sound like they would fit? Jennifer, that's a big loaded question, and I could do a whole video and a whole live broadcast only on this. What I will say is this is like looking for Mr. Right. We have this list, over 6 feet tall, blue eyes, been to Harvard, is also a surgeon, etc., etc. The reality just looks a little different. And I'm not saying we have to be disappointed, but I am, and I don't like the word realistic. I don't like it. Whenever I hear people say you need to be realistic, I tend to see the way they talk about it as a negative thing. It doesn't have to be negative. Be realistic. I don't look at it that way, but I do think that we are not perfect either. Nobody's perfect and no job is perfect. It's a question of fit. If you are a circle, you're looking for something that fits within a circular mold. If you are a square, looking for something in that square. So look for something that is a bit of a mishmash of things that feel good to you. Feel, not think, feel. You're in that zone. You don't know how much time goes by. You can do this for free because you love it so much. Go for that. You can't go wrong with that. And in a few months' time, if you realize that this is not the right thing for you, you can always switch, because we have to experiment a little bit with our career. I think we need to take more risks. I had a podcast episode come out this week about taking risks in your career, and I'm speaking with someone. I think you would appreciate this. He's in the United States and he's been a CEO at companies like HBO and Fox and Reebok. And he started his career in 1966. I can safely say a lot of us were not alive when he started his career. 1966. Frank O'Connell. Check out that podcast. Go to How I Got Hired. Just write my name, go to How I Got Hired. You'll get a lot of tips in there. But I would say look at opportunities which feel like they could be the right ones for you. They are not necessarily required to be that 100% fit, but talk to those people who are doing those things, whether you know them through your network, or you know them through LinkedIn, or you reach out to them through LinkedIn. That'll give you an idea. You might just realize, actually, this is not, actually, I thought it would be pretty amazing. Every person I'm speaking to, it turns out it's not for me. That'll give you an idea, and then you can, by the process of elimination, take that out and try something else. Okay. All right. Good luck with that. Hey, Emily, any advice for a first-time supervisory role? Listen. One word. Listen more than you speak. This is a great topic, and I think I've covered it in one of my live streams, but just in the interest of time today, spend more time listening than you do speaking, than you do coaching, than you do sharing, and speak last. If you're in a meeting, let the other person speak. You'll learn way more than you realize, actually. So What are the best industries to be in? Can't say, Lisa. So many industries you still need, right? We still need FMCG, fast moving consumer goods. We still need like our data, our tech to work. We still need oil and gas. We still need energy. Can't say. There was a list of high in demand jobs that came out on LinkedIn a couple of weeks ago. I talked about it in my newsletter. If you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, I highly recommend you do. Go to superchargeyourself.com/newsletter. Superchargeyourself.com/newsletter. And jobs on the rise, there were 5 of those. So they were, people related. Truck driver was one of them. So yeah, never know. All right. Vishal, hey, you're welcome. Get in touch with me on amazing. I'm very happy for you. Feel free to get in touch with me on LinkedIn in the DMs. I'd like to know more about what you just shared. Okay, before I get into the further questions, I'm going to talk about this question, which is related to asking for a raise, and it's related to Holly's question as well. And the question was about when is the best time, but Holly, you've been in the company for a year, right? And this is also a very juicy topic. We could spend like an hour on it and it would not be enough. But in the interest of time, what I'll share with you quickly is it doesn't matter if you've been there for 1 year or 6 months. If you know in your heart of hearts that you are responsible for making some changes that resulted in the company having more value. And what is the definition of value here? In oversimplifying, what I would say is you help the company to make more money, save time, or save their reputation, their brand, the goodwill, right? A lot of it, which is financially priceless for them. If you've helped with any of that, have that list ready. Have a list of people ready who will vouch for you because they have already complimented you and they have said you've done amazing work. And then go with this list to your manager and say, I'd love to move to the next level. And here are these ideas I have in mind. When do you see this happening? And how can I get there? I find this approach, it's a little indirect. I find it a bit, because not everyone knows as a manager, not everyone is trained to react properly when you say, I want to get a raise. Some of them don't know, they'll refuse, or they'll say, give me some time, and they won't get back to you because it's uncomfortable for them. Not, trust me, I mean, shocker, but not everyone in middle management knows what they're doing or knows how to deal, how to lead people. So I would look at it this way, that this is the game plan. This is what you have in mind. And right now, so Mr. Boss, we're in February and I'd love to get this by July or by June. What do you think? How do you think about where I'm going today and what I can do to, get there faster? And how can I make your life easier? Try this out, see how it goes. Okay. As opposed to, there's nothing wrong with asking directly. If you think that style works better, then go for that. I can't say that I'm not in your situation. But the style, the way I'm recommending is something that comes with a lot of like trial and error and seems to work really well, not only for myself, but also my clients and viewers on YouTube, etc. So good luck with that. All the best. I'm going to move on. So Aditya says, I have been told in my current company that I will get an on-site opportunity if I stay for about a couple of years more. I'm wondering if I should either go abroad for a master's or via my current company. Depends, Aditya. Depends how ambitious you are. A lot of times we tend to be, especially when we're younger, we don't have patience and we want to get there faster. In your earlier years, I would say, yes, speed is important, but so is direction. Which direction are you going in? Are you going to do a master's just for the sake of it? What is the master's going to give you that you don't have today? Be realistic. A master's abroad is not cheap, especially if you're coming from a lower income country. If you're coming from Africa, if you're coming from Asia, that is a lifetime of savings. So how is life going to change before and after? I have done a whole video on YouTube and a live stream on, is a master's right for me or not? Is an MBA right for me or not? So check that out. I think that'll help you. Can't tell you what to do. It's not my job to tell you what to do, but I do want you to have certain considerations. And yes, if you think that masters will help you And if you want to do it sooner rather than later, then do it. If the company will sponsor you, even better. And the question is, can you wait? How long can you wait? All right. Okie doke. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm going to go through a couple of these more and we are going to sign out. I'm going to let you guys go and enjoy your Friday. Positive vibes. Thank you. Oil and gas. I went to the second round, but feedback was we'll get back to you, and I'm still waiting. I got an offer with a third company. Congrats, Preeti. That's amazing. But it's in consulting. Follow up with those guys who have ghosted you and said, and say to them, I am in final negotiations. I have received an offer from a couple of other companies, but I wanted to check because I would have loved to work with you. Wanted to check if we are moving further. Just be direct. Be direct. If people are not going to be direct and we're talking about your career, there is no time to, speak in a zigzag fashion. Just go in a straight line and ask them very politely if there are, because you've warned them once. And then you have to make a choice, Preeti. I understand. But follow up is the key. Follow up is key. So yeah, good luck with that. And congrats. That's amazing. 3 offers. It's very cool. Hi, Shailesh. I wanted to say this, by the way, before I hang up, because I'm seeing lovely viewers here from India. If you're sitting and watching me from India, I want you to listen very, very carefully. I'm partnering with a company in India, and we're going to be doing courses online, which are live cohorts with me. And the idea would be to have them specially for the audience in India at a super duper accessible price point. I'm going to be taking out a survey on my YouTube channel. So check out the community page on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be taking it out today. Please check that out and stay in touch with me because I'm super excited. This is only for people who are resident in India. You can only pay for it if you have an Indian bank account. So because there's a lot of amazing courses and offerings and coaching I have, which are unfortunately not always accessible to people from my part of the world. So I'm going to be changing that this year because I've always talked about democratizing access to high value career advice. And I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. So just wanted to say that. Thank you for letting me plug that. Hi, last time you told us that you were good at Spanish when you started at INSEAD. Yes. During the rigorous schedule, when did you learn French? I didn't learn French, dude. I had 3, English, Hindi, and French. So I only learned French when I started working in Belgium. I had a baby when I was at INSEAD, and I used to speak with the nanny with words, not sentences. Like I would literally say 3 words. He slept well. Did he eat all right? Is his diaper changed? So yeah, I didn't. So unfortunately, not able to help you with that question. The market value for my position is higher than what I'm getting. 2 of my coworkers are leaving and one's job is already posted online. They are offering 28 per hour, lower than. Focus, Holly, on check out my YouTube channel. I have so many videos on salary negotiation. Rather than look at the market value only, that's not a bad place to start, but show how you deserve more. Why do you deserve more? What are the amazing things that you have already done that you will bring that value to the current organization you're talking to? And it comes down to differentiation. If I can negotiate a higher salary after a long 2-year sabbatical at a higher level and at a higher salary range, if I can do it with limited, I'm talking 9-10 years ago, when I was terrified of doing that, I think anyone can, right? So I have shared a lot of that content on YouTube to help people so that anyone can do it. So good luck, Holly. Keep in touch with me. Let me know how it goes. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Okay. And give me a like right here. Give me a like right here. I'm a bit of a dopamine dealer. Hey, Sonal, I'm currently in education as a wellness teacher. And now, according to my education, my engineering, and I can't really follow your short forms. I want a career in HR in an IT industry in a big city. Start by Poonam. You've got access to things I did not. I'm going to date myself. I'm going to make myself sound old. I started my career in the year 2000. I did not have a smartphone and I did not have LinkedIn. With a smartphone and with LinkedIn, you can achieve 100 times more than what I could have achieved back then. So do a little bit of research on what you like, and through LinkedIn, meet people who are doing what you want to do and connect with them over coffee. These are people you probably know already, and see what they do. Do you even like this? So before jumping in, there's nothing wrong with jumping in. Just go jump in with both your feet. That's what I would say. That would be a great place to start. And make notes of what you liked about the discussion, what you didn't like. And if you go deeper, find a place where you could contribute so you can get some work experience. Very few people want to hire a recruiter who's completely fresh from university, who's got no experience in that sector. So this would be a great place for you to start. Hi, Nirmal. I want to discuss regarding me being out of work since September 2020. I understand, Nirmal. Nirmal, check out. This is a very important topic, and I'm sorry if things have been difficult, because I can relate, because I was out of work for 2.5 years. So I know that better than you think. Check out a video on my YouTube channel on career gaps on your resume. And I would do two things if I were you. I would check that video out. And if you can't find it, send me a message on LinkedIn. I'll send you the links on YouTube. And the second thing I would do is I would start by binge watching this entire playlist I have, which is called How to Get a Good Job Fast. So one is the job search part of it. One is the addressing career gaps on resumes and in your interviews. How do you talk about them without feeling ashamed or anything like that, right? Because you haven't talked about why you did it. And honestly, it's nobody's business why you've been on a gap that long. But during interviews, we do want to address that. All right. Okido, okido. Thank you guys for being here. Jump in the water. Exactly. I'm sorry, Lisa, why you sad? Tell me why you're sad. I didn't quite follow this. Thank you for sharing, Red Ditto. I'm glad you're super active here, and I'm going to check that comment out. Just made the organization profit and missed the media cycle. They gave me the comp next year. Yeah, thank you. That's really, really good for sharing. Good morning, Tegan. How are you doing? All right. Last question is the one I'm going to be addressing right now, and then I shall let you guys know. And if there's any other questions, I'll see if I can follow up. If you have a question and you're watching on YouTube and I haven't addressed it yet, go to LinkedIn and write it if you don't mind, or put it on YouTube as a comment, not in the chat, so I'll make sure I don't miss it. Hassan, I'm from Egypt. Assalamu alaikum. Nice to see you. I recently moved to a new position as a manager. Congratulations. How do I enhance my team skills, and how do I fill the shortage of staff if the compensation closed the hiring this year? Oof, this is a good question, Hassan. You need to speak with your local HR person as well, and ask for some trainings in the beginning when you are completely new to leading a team. You don't know what you're doing, and nobody does. Nobody knows what they're doing. So I would focus on getting some of that training, and also having a mentor who you can learn from on the job, who can share, because this is a big, juicy topic. We don't have enough time to talk about that today. But in terms of team skills, like I said with the other person who was watching, focus on listening a lot, listening to people, having a lot of one-on-one discussions, team discussions, and don't always necessarily feel the pressure to lead. Let someone else lead and listen to what they're saying, and then come up with some proposals and some insights that nobody else has dared to share, but you as a leader have been given this loudspeaker, this platform, and it's your responsibility to share those things. I would say start there. I think that's a good place to start. Okie doke. Yeah, Ashish, I'm excited about it. Okay, let's see. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, but Lisa, I do have something which is currently happening, and it's for people around the world, which is related to, I think I posted on it a couple of weeks ago and last week. There's a company I'm partnering with called Maven, super accessible trainings as well. I'm going to do a couple of cohorts with them. The one I'm doing in 1 to 2 weeks, it's going to go live, is on what do you do if you've been out of a job for over 6 months. That is really exciting. And super duper accessible as well. But when I say India, I'm talking rupees versus euros. Similar trainings, but rupees versus euros. There's a big difference. Okay, last question, because somebody's been waiting patiently. Good morning, Sajid. Thank you for sharing. All right. Hey, Bharat, what are your views on managing productivity and minimizing distractions by navigating from a smartphone to a dumb phone? I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of dumb phones. You need to do what you need to do. We know the answer. We know that the phone has to be elsewhere. If the phone is the biggest cause of distraction, then put it in a different room when you're working. But how many of us choose and make an excuse? Yeah, but what if something happens? What if my parents call me or my children call me? Dumb phone can do that. And just because we have a reply, we have a message on WhatsApp, it doesn't mean we have to reply instantly. People expect that, but we need to train people how to treat us. We need to train people how to treat us. I've deleted a couple of apps from my phone. I've never felt better. Never felt better. Hi, LinkedIn user. It's been a while. Thank you for being here. What do you ask if an MBA is wanted to ask if an MBA is worth doing at 45? That's would be more like I think an executive MBA. I guess depends on your situation. Check out this video I have on is an MBA worth it or not? Because the points I raise in that video are for an MBA or an executive MBA. It doesn't matter what age you have. It's not about the age. Okay. Thank you. Fantastic. Hi, Dipesh. Lovely to see you, my friend. Okay, I promise, last question. I have a verbal offer waiting for the final offer. I got an email invite from the manager of another company. Can I still? Yes. So, Joy, congrats, firstly. Watch the replay. I talked about this in more detail earlier. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. Need some views when you change countries. How do you start job search? Okay. Dipesh, that's a very good question. I had a video on this that I recorded, and I went into major detail on how to look for a job when you're abroad, how do you get a job abroad. Unfortunately, that video, I ended up, it's a disaster. I recorded like it was a 15-minute juicy video, and I realized the audio wasn't working. Oh my God, I have to shoot it all over again. But in the meantime, I would say activate your network in Canberra before you even leave. Activate people, and they're not people who you may not know them directly, but you know people indirectly who are in the target companies that you're interested in. Activate, find out. I have an entire email guide for job search. Check that on my website. If you need the link, I'll send that over to you. It's an ebook, which is it's got I don't know 30-40 hours of my work, and it's available for sale. If that is something that you're interested in, check that out. That'll help you with the outreach messages so you don't have to start from scratch. All right, so take care of yourself, and thank you for being here. Thank you all. Wish you a lovely Friday and a lovely weekend as well. See you next Friday.